So a while ago, a group of people reached out to me and said, "Hey, review our game." And I said, "Fine." This is Drone 2 Air Assault, a game on tablet where you play as a drone and assault things from the air. 2. I never played the first one. This is actually the first time I heard of the thing. Plus, it's a tablet game, which is why it looks slightly wonky on the video. You can ignore that. Nobody makes a decent tablet recording app, and everybody seems to think that you want your microphone being recorded as well as the audio. So there's no audio because it recorded my microphone, and everybody in my house was being really loud when I was recording. So you don't get that. Onto the game though. You take up the role of a drone for some military organization who's trying to keep world peace. Because they all are. So they say. The game consists of 4 game modes. Kill all the things, kill only these things, kill these things, and don't let these things be killed. There is a PvP element that simply revolves around you going to somebody else's base and destroying that. Relatedly then, you have your own base which you can defend. And by defend, you build up your own defenses by using in-game currency to build up the defenses that way so that they can better resist an attack. The game handles fairly well with one hand dragging the camera around and the other one mashing the fire button. Controls are fairly solid, although there's no way to zoom in or out. The camera is arbitrarily switched between whichever weapon you're using at the moment, which can be frustrating when you're trying to survey the entire battlefield and you're stuck on the smallest, most zoomed in thing and can't see something. Frequently, I actually found myself missing the warnings that said, "Here is a bad guy, go over here and shoot him." Something that might have been avoided if I had the ability to zoom out. We won't know. Now, this game is a free-to-play game, which is actually one of my least favourite types of games, even though 2 of my all-time favourite games happen to be free-to-play games, Binary 2 and World of Tanks. This, much like all tablet and mobile phone ventures, wants to squeeze you out of as much cash as you can. How does it do this? It uses gold, generic other in-game currency. Fairly pricey for the amount of gold. That's a lot of money. Don't let your kids play this app. They'll buy that, you'll be bankrupt. What does the gold do? You yell at your monitor, not realizing that not only can I not hear you, that if I could I wouldn't care. It lets you upgrade your weapons and purchase new weapons. And actually, rather concerningly, new weapons can only be bought with gold. Concerningly high levels of gold at that. Given how you might occasionally, very rarely, maybe unlock some gold through doing a mission, it's usually a pitiful amount, and you won't be able to really get any of the weapon upgrades. There are ways in which you can get the gold for free. It just requires you to either sit through a load of adverts, like them on Twitter or Facebook, watch some YouTube videos, or download some other apps. Which I think is actually quite a nice way of doing it. I used to play an old game called Crossfire, which was basically a Counter-Strike clone, and it had a way of you doing adverts to unlock special in-game currency. It's not a bad way of doing things, it's just you get such a pitiful amount it's not really worth it. The weapons you do have can be upgraded in both their accuracy, critical damage, and the overheat, so the recharge and how hot they can get, as well as the magazine capacity for some of the others. You can do all of this with either a small amount of gold or the in-game cash that you earn through doing missions. The damage, on the other hand, can only be upgraded using gold or through using gems. Gems are another currency. You get a passive allowance of these that also regenerates and develops, but they're basically used for the PvP. You have to spend a small amount to be able to actually get into PvP. Good job if you blow them all, because it means you have to wait a few hours or days before you can actually get enough to go and do PvP to get more. If you successfully do an attack, or I'm assuming defend, you gain a small allowance of these to further aid your effort in developing your base and making yourself stronger. Much like all free-to-play games, this is a fine game. Initially, it starts you off well, gives you a small surplus of things, and slowly introduces you into the world, but you soon realise that it would actually be more beneficial for you to pay out money so that you can continue your adventure. This game will probably be fun for the first few hours, if that, but then after that, you'll probably feel the temptation to empty your wallet into this game. I cannot with full conscience, therefore, recommend this game because I absolutely adore games that do that. Games like World of Tanks or PlanetSide, if you pay them a small amount of money, it aids your effort in leveling up, although in PlanetSide you can buy new weapons, but the guns are all relatively balanced so it doesn't actually matter. World of Tanks lets you buy tanks that are at the higher tiers, but they don't allow you to progress any further with those tanks. They are a fixed point. This game is very simply, you give us a lot of money, we give you some things to make you basically better. Not a fan of that, personally, but whatever floats your boat. This game is both available on Android and iDevices, but why would you own an iDevice? You can own an Android. What are you, 4?